Should be live. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm correctly connected to the StreamYard and LinkedIn, and I am visible and audible to everyone. I will wait for a while before I start. I prepared some content for today's live, so it will be fast and prepared. I'm always lost in the comments because StreamYard doesn't display the comments from LinkedIn. Not all the comments, only Saeed. Thank you for confirmation. Everything works. Just give me 1 minute and I'll start. Okay, let's start. I will not wait because there will be some recording both on LinkedIn, and I can do some video editing after the show is over because there is recording on StreamYard too. So today, essentials, everything what you need to not for a start, but for a successful hardware design, because you can start with anything which is in the system installation or standard installation of KiCAD. But I will give you some guidance of what you need or what I believe you need for successful hardware design. So I prepared some let's call it stages for today's live stream. Stage 1, libraries. I think the top priority essential is are libraries. I prepared very simple schematics containing parts from my library. So I will show you how my library looks based on those symbols in this design. So let's see, there is a temperature sensor, very simple, LM75. We all know that. It's a I2C temperature sensor, nothing special. C, the symbol looks pretty nice. It's based on the standard LinkedIn, or I'm sorry, KiCAD library symbol. I only modified a few attributes inside. So let's see the properties. The value reflects the actual value you can find on the distributor sides. Sometimes I make the value string shorter, but this time there is no need to make it shorter because it's already pretty short. So value is the important attribute of the symbol, but doesn't have to be complete. What must be complete is the manufacturer order code. This is the essential part for purchasing. You need to create the hardware design not only for the sake of hardware designing, but for the sake of manufacturing. And the manufacturing requirement is sourcing the components. And the manufacturer order code is the order code. You can identify the component 100% at the distributor sites. So value can be one-to-one similar or exactly the same as the other code, or shorter version. So value, footprint. I keep my footprints in a separate library, and this is why the reason is that I need to maintain my own footprint libraries and to be independent on the KiCAD release version and state of the standard libraries. In the case I would depend on the KiCAD libraries and something is changed in the standard libraries and something happens, like they get rid of some footprints, and I would depend on the particular footprints that were get rid of, I would be lost. So I just copy the standard footprints into my own library, make some changes if I need. For instance, all my footprints contains 3D models in step format. Standard format is VRL. I change all the 3D models links to be linked to the step files, and if there is no step file in the KiCAD installation, I create or I download first. I try to download my own my own 3D models. If not, I can create very simple ones. But all my footprints have 3D models. It's a must. Datasheet. It's very handy because sometimes when you need to check some parameters like pinout, operation voltage, any parameter, any numeric parameter, you need to go to the website to the website and find and look for the datasheet. I use the link in the symbol properties, because when you hit the D shortcut or hotkey, the datasheet is called from the attributes and open in your web browser. It's very easy, very fast, and very handy. It saves a lot of time. So I recommend placing a valid datasheet here. Description. It doesn't matter much, but it can help when you look for a correct component in your database, either in the symbol editor or in the A tool. I don't know how to call it correctly. The choose symbol tool. Yeah, here. So you can see that here is the description part, and you can see these parts are not from my library. It's of my customer, and I will scroll to here are my libraries. There you can see all symbols has some description. For instance, LED blue 0603. It can be simple, but I recommend to keep the description field filled, or not empty. Manufacturer undercode, we talked about that, and supplier natural, Farnell, Mauser, DigiKey, any other. I keep the supplier field there because some components are to be sourced from a specific supplier, because some suppliers that don't have all the components, so I order usually from more than one suppliers at the time of the component sourcing. So these are the symbol attributes. Keywords. I forgot to mention keywords. It's very handy, and the reason why I forget is that there is no visible keywords. You need to go to the symbol editor, LM75. This is the part I'm speaking about, and here is the keywords field. I use the notation starting with exclamation point, just for the sake to be unique, to provide the unique text string. There can be for instance, like temperature or thermometer. Yeah, I will add these two keywords inside of the keyword string, and I will show you how I use it. When I look for the I2C component, I type exclamation point I2C, and I can see all symbols containing the I2C in its name. It doesn't matter if it's ADC, thermometer, anything. Yeah, I typed thermo. This is some model by Microcrystal, and this is some, I think, Texas. But I think there is no LM75 because it needs to be reopened. So I close the symbol editor and open it again. Thermo. Yeah, you can see it's already there. You need sometimes to reopen the windows or even the entire KiCAD to load everything again. So this is very handy. For instance, I'm looking for ADC. Yeah, all my ADCs. It saves me a few seconds every time I enter the symbol editor, and those seconds counts. Yeah, at the end of the day, it makes minutes. So it depends on that time. So keywords. Yeah, footprints. Let's see shortly my footprints. I talked about I copy the standard footprints. I just need to see this in the footprint editor. This is and you can see my footprint came from the package SO library. The name is the same, and what I changed was the link to the 3D model. As I said, step file always. This is the reason is that when I export 3D models of my PCBs, I need to export the step file. Yeah, there is an option that KiCAD can guess the name of the full file name of the 3D model, and to substitute the standard VRL with the step or anything. Yeah, with step. But I don't want this kind of freedom to give to KiCAD. I want to use my own verified 3D models. So this is the reason why I choose the step file directly to be assigned in the footprint. Yeah, stage 1 I think can be called as complete. Stage 2, grid. Grids are essential for KiCAD. Shortly, 50 mil is the standard grid for symbols and for schematic capture process. So I strongly recommend to keep your grid to be set to 50 mil or 1.27 millimeter. This is standard. This is the KiCAD schematic editor is designed for 50 mil. Details like textual descriptions like this field or some graphics can be positioned in a much finer grid, but it happens automatically. You can see that here when I draw the net, I'm moving the cursor in the grid of 50 mil, but this object is positioned to much finer, and this is maintained by the feature called grid overrides. Grid overrides, when active, allows you to move the objects to the finer grid whenever the option is enabled. So this is very important, and I recommend to keep this feature or this option active. Yes, you can see here is the pin header connector. and there are some signals connected with the temperature sensor to make the schematic complete, let's say. Stage 3 in the PCB, track thickness, changes of the thicknesses, segment change, entire track change. Yeah, let's see. Here is the PCB editor, and I can show you what I wanted. Track thicknesses. Track thicknesses is to be set in the board setup. Board setup is here, and the predefined size for tracks is in this window. I recommend to set, for instance, 0.5 millimeter, 1 millimeter, something in between, or something between the standard net class thickness, which is 0.2, and the 0.5, so 0.3, or it's up to you, but sometimes you need to make the thicknesses, the tracks more thick, and it's very handy to use the pre-select thickness list, because you can, for instance, change the thickness of a track segment by simple hitting the W key. And when you're hitting the W key, you are moving in the list upwards and downwards. Yeah, with the shift you can go downwards. With the just W you can go upwards. For instance, you want to change the thickness of the entire segment. So press U as many times as possible. You can see when I start with this segment and press U, the segment between the IC, between the nearest footprint and the nearest object like via or footprint is selected. When I continue pressing U, I can choose the entire track. If you want to select the entire track, you can press Y, like ion, Y, not Y, I'm sorry, ion. By a single key press, the entire track is selected. So let's say I want to make this segment thicker. The standard thickness is 0.2 and I want 0.5. This is this. The thickness is 0.3 is this. So 0.5 is even thicker. Now, it's too much for this footprint, but you understand my motivation and you understand the way how to do it. So we learned how to select the entire segment by pressing U as many times as possible. And by pressing I, you can select by one hit the entire track. What was there? Entire track change, segment change, changes track thicknesses. Stage 3, done. Stage 4, PCB. Via the dimensions, size changes using short key. Very handy, and I will show you how to do it. Go to the board setup as well, and we talked about track thicknesses, and on the right hand side there are vias, and the list of vias can be as long as you need. So for instance, I can place the standard minimal value of the via for standard price as at many major PCB manufacturers. So 0.45, 0.25. The standard via size defined in the net class, in the default net class, is 0.603. So I have now two thicknesses, the standard one, the net class one, and the predefined one. And I can choose them in this list, but I will show you more handy and much quicker option. Go to the settings, go to the hotkeys and type via. Search for via, and you can see here are two non-standard. I think in the standard installation there is nothing defined here. There is empty hotkey, and I recommend to define your own hotkeys. I placed a dot and comma. So dot for the increasing via size and comma for decreasing. And in action, you can see that by now I'm hitting the comma and dot dot hotkey, and I can change the via even in the as a but only I can change the via in the like existing via. Or when I want to place new via, I can choose which size I want to place. Very quick, very handy, and very easy to change. So this is about vias and size changes using short key, and this is all I prepared for today. So let's check the comments. Try to refresh the window. Sayed comments, question with you in this era of Altium Cadence licenses. Why we as a freelancer or as a company should go with KiCAD instead of Altium or Cadence? How to convince the management of company to shift towards KiCAD? Well, that's a good question. I'm not your manager. I'm not the part of the management. So basically, it's a complicated situation, because when you are in a company and there is like a few years old database maintained by multiple engineers, it's very difficult to switch to KiCAD, because Altium database is not compatible directly with KiCAD. You can make some imports, you can make some tweaks, some tuning, but it's not natively supported by KiCAD naturally. So management hears the thing like return of investment. So actually, when you switch to KiCAD, you save the Altium or Cadence licenses, which is, I don't know, $10,000 per year or something like that per license. I don't know. I think each distributor sets you the unique price because there's their customer policy. I don't know. So you can say that when you spend less than 1 year's maintenance cost by importing or modifying the initial library, then you can import all the Altium projects into KiCAD, and then you theoretically can start with KiCAD for new designs and as well for reviewing the old designs. But what can make your management switch to KiCAD, it's unknown to me. It's hard. It's difficult, and everything has its cost. To stick with Altium is quite costly these days, and will be. Switch to KiCAD is not for free as well, because there are some initial costs. So you need to make your math and calculate how many hours you will spend modifying the library, or making all the library stuff again, or how much time you spend transforming your designs. It's a quite difficult question, but at least this transformation work is done only once when you switch to KiCAD, not multiple times. So everything is about time spent and money saved. Let's do the math, and I'm quite interested. Keep me informed how you ended and what you found. Sean or John Rodriguez say, how can you switch between mils and millimeters? Yes, there is. I think there is a setup in grids. Standardly, I am in millimeters, and the mils are in the brackets. And I think there were something like switching. Let me look for that. Mm-hmm. As you can see, I don't know from the top of my head. There is no grids. I would expect something in the grids. Grid origin. This is simple, 0, 0, but in millimeters. Everything is displayed in millimeters now. How to switch to... Okay, I don't know. Thank you for the question, John. I will give you an answer after the show, after the live stream. I don't know, but there was a key or a tool for that. I don't know where it is. Let's see in the PCB editor. Maybe it will help me. Edit grids. Yeah, this is basically the same window. Grids to refill. Come on. I will send you a message or reply to your comment. I don't know now. Thank you for the input. I will do my homework and I will get back to you. Thank you. I'm sorry I don't know, but yeah, as you can see, I don't know everything. So I will try to refresh the comment section as again. Nothing new. So thank you for all your comments and for your presence here. And yeah, I think we are done. So thank you and see you in the next live stream in 2 weeks, maybe next week. We will see. Have a nice day.